So I was just about to go to bed, and then I had just the intuitive pull to be like, okay, we're going to talk about this now. And it's a conversation that I was just having with my best friend about twin flames. And I'm here to call bullshit on that. That's right, you heard me. For everyone that believes in twin flames, for everyone that's like, oh, but he's my twin, or like, she's my twin, I'm calling bullshit on that. Bullshit. And the reason that I'm calling bullshit on that is because I'm not saying that I believed in my twin flame too. I thought my ex was my twin flame. And it's not that he's not my twin flame, but I just believe we have multiple twin flames. And we need to not allow the idea of a twin flame fuel our ego, and then allow our ego to then accept toxic behavior. Toxic behavior is still toxic behavior. We can't give it the label of twin flame and then say that it's okay to be treated that way. We can't confuse love for toxic behavior or behavior that is not in energetic alignment with us, in investing in people that are not an energetic match, who aren't, giving you the same that you're giving them. And I was having moments where I was thinking that, we may not have communicated in this world, but we communicated in another world, because in this dream or that dream, or they came to me and said this, or I felt this, and then I have no evidence for it in the physical world. And the truth is that as much traveling that we do between this world and other worlds and things like that, and depending on exactly what it is that you believe in, I do travel, especially in my dreams. I astro travel to fucking dimensions so much higher than this one, and I go and I meet people and I have conversations with them, and then I come back into my human body in this world, because I chose this world. Just like you chose this world. Your soul chose to be in this world. And in being in this world, then we have to acknowledge that it doesn't matter if we have this, out of this world universal connection, we have that, sure. But we also have that with other people. I don't believe anymore that you have just one twin flame. I feel like the definition of a twin flame is just people in your life that you might have that connection with, that intense chemistry, but it's still toxic, or there's still something that's not for it. I almost think that twin flame people are the people that you fall and had relationships with, or encounters with, or you felt this intense connection with them, but there's nothing substantial there, and there's nothing there to pursue, and then they're not pursuing you, or it's a toxic situation. That's what twin flames are, and we have numerous of them. I've had numerous of them, and I for so long was using the definition of twin flame to justify the behavior of the person that I was claiming was my twin flame. And then I was, reaching out to them in times where I, felt the call to, because it was my ego though. And I'm not just I still stick to the fact that the intuitive pulls and things that I received, and the messages and the downloads and the connections to them, and the dreams and things like that, those conversations that I had with them in the 5D, I did, those things did happen. They happened and I acknowledged them, but they didn't happen in this world. They happened in a completely different world. So when that is something that other person isn't consciously aware of, if that's not something that they're choosing to do in this human form to me right now, then that's the actions that I need to go with. I need to believe in what people say to me and do in this in this form, in this way. You can't rely on you know, this connection that you have in the 5 or the 60 or wherever it is that you feel that connection is, you know, like we can't just use spiritual words to hide behind anymore and to justify staying in connections and still seeking connections with people and wanting connections with people that are not an energetic match for us. If someone isn't, we do all this work on ourselves and then, you know, we say we're looking for, you know, X, Y, Z, but in looking for those things, like, we also say that we'll also live to like our highest vibration, and, you know, we always want to strive to be our highest self. So how can our highest self then, why would our highest self be settling for toxic behavior or for people that are not giving us exactly what we're giving them? It's an equal energetic exchange. If it's not there, it's not for you. It doesn't matter if you've labeled it twin flame. It doesn't matter if your ego's labeled it twin flame. Okay, cool. It's a twin flame. Does that mean that you settle for it? Does it mean that you chase it when the other person isn't chasing you? Does it mean that you allow them to treat you poorly just because they're your twin flame and like they might change? No. And if we're really sticking to the story of the twin flame, the whole idea behind a twin flame is that you come together, the second that it gets toxic, you should leave. And then apart, you do your work. But does that mean that like you have to constantly be checking in with them to see if they're doing their work? No. That's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to yourself, is to your own growth, to your own expansion, to your own personal development. That's the only thing that matters. If this person is not in your life, if they are not a person of worth, of someone that's bringing you exactly what you're bringing them, then it's not the connection for you. And that's the truth of it. So I hold love for people while you navigate through this, because I get it, because I was doing the exact same thing. But I just also think that we need to just stop. We need to stop accepting like people, relationships, like any connection that isn't, first of all, an energetic match, but something that isn't like, if it's not an even exchange, I just choose to not do it anymore. And that's just it. And that's how easy it gets to be. But we need to stop this story of the twin flame, because I feel like I have used it for so long as like a way to just stay in this comfortable zone of like, oh, my ex. No. We're not doing these stories anymore. In this moment, we make the declaration, the twin flame is bullshit. We have multiple twin flames. We don't make excuses for people anymore and use fancy spiritual words to cover them up. And we don't let our ego be fueled by them either. No more. So, for all of you, I send you love. I send you so much understanding as well, because I navigated through this as well. But the twin flame is bullshit. And it's time to call yourself out on your bullshit towards your twin flame, and really start taking accountability for the actions and things that, and the way that this person is treating you, and to really tune into, is this in alignment with my highest fucking self? Your answer, probably no. So leave it. Let me know what you guys think and comment below. I would love to hear whatever it is that you have to say. Good night.